Hey guys, did you possibly think that you would be getting away from a Sarah J. Maas book release without a book review? Please. Do you not know me? I'm here today to talk about A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is ostensibly, I guess, book like 3.5 in the Court series. This is not from my favorite series, which is still the Throne of Glass series. And it's not a whole novel. It is this tiny little thing. It's a little novella. And it kind of is bridging the gap between the original trilogy of court books and the 3 more that Sarah has promised us, and kind of just exists out there in the world, I guess. There are a lot of people that I've seen talk about this book have been like, oh, well, it's not a full book. Well, it was never supposed to be a full book, so there's that. And it also kind of makes the book hard to review because it's not really a story. It's a series of vignettes really about different characters and where they are dealing with the after effects of the war that has just ended, and the people that they lost and stuff like that. Hardcore spoilers, by the way, for the Court series, if you didn't already think that was going to happen. Fair warning. So the thing that I really did like about this was that it did not focus on just Feyre and Rhys. While they were a major driving force in it, you also get points of view of people like Cassian and Nesta. These of course make sense because Cassian and Nesta are going to be the topic of the next upcoming court book and their relationship. But Nesta definitely did not handle the previous events well, and she is not in a good place, and her reaction to me kind of seemed a little just like wow to the direction I didn't expect. I understand that her current behavior is something that's going to be dealt with in the next book, but also from the way that her and Cassian were in A Court of Wings and Ruin to this book, it just felt very, I was really confused. I really didn't feel that character arc going in that direction. And yes, some of the other characters are very sad. But yeah, that for me just kind of felt a little bit out of place, and maybe I just, didn't read Nesta as carefully as I ought to have. But in trying to set up this next book, I felt like you could have at least explained why Nesta is so deeply the way that she is, and I understand some of it's her father's death, things like that, but it's just a bit wild to me. I was sad that we did not get a point of view for Az in this. I really wanted him to have a point of view, because to me he's still one of the most interesting side characters in the series, because he has all these really great powers but we don't really know too much about him. But yeah, I'm focusing on character just because, like I said, there isn't a super plot to this. There isn't one action or one, driving plot thread that drives this book. It's just like winter solstice is coming. They're all coming back together after trying to be in these various places to deal with what's happened. And they're all dealing with them better or worse. We do get one very, very longed for sex scene between Feyre and Rhys, so in a way this is also just like fan service. But I enjoyed it. I obviously am not blown away by it, but it's a thing that I own. I probably could have lived in this world without it existing, to be honest, but I'm glad that it does, because again, it helps bridge that gap towards the next book and also shorten the waiting time that I feel, for the next Throne of Glass book. So I do not have as strong feelings as I did over the last couple of court books. When I reviewed A Court of Mist and Fury, that book blew my brain open, and then I did feel some controversy things happening with the A Court of Wings and Ruin entry into the series, so if you want to hear about those, you can watch my other reviews for that. Otherwise, I'm also here to say that my first year of grad school is done, and I'm really happy about that. As of May 6th, I had read 100 books already this year, so my brain just feels kind of broken. And so I also do have a good amount of review backlog I suppose I could whip out. Although a lot of them for me, as I was reading them so fast, didn't make a huge impact on my brain. So if you do follow me on Goodreads and you see in my challenge that there's a book that I've read that you'd like to hear me talk about, feel free to ever drop that in comments. Let me know that you'd like to hear about that one, because I have a list of books that have stuck with me. But at this point, I can't remember the books I read in January, so that's a thing. I did, after last year's debacle, or last semester's debacle, go down to part-time in school so that I could do a better work-life balance, and it moderately worked, I suppose. So I'm still here, I'm still standing, and I'm free until summer school, so I can't wait to get diving into all this reading for fun that I haven't been doing thus far. So you can look forward to a lot of just reviews with my heart actually in them coming up, and me looking less like a terror, so that's really exciting. So again, do check my Goodreads page if you're interested in hearing about any of those books. If you haven't picked up A Court of Frost and Starlight, do that, I guess, if you love the books. If you're not in love with the books, I'd say you could skip that one. I'm really excited for the Cassian and Nesta storyline. I think that they're really cute together, and they can really help each other out. And also I have a soft spot for the Elaine as Lucian love triangle-y thing that's happening, which is normally not something I have to say about love triangles, but I just like Az. I don't know why. I just love him a lot. So I look forward to this storyline continuing as well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!